welcome back to The Watch. Nathan, have you ever had a moment, a time in your life where things are just so apocalyptic you needed to scream? No, you don't self-report.
I would say when times get tough, I have outlets for things, but I wouldn't say it's screaming.
Yeah.
Because that hurts the voice.
Well, it does, but also, like, what type of person, or I should really reframe person to say age, do you see people just lose it and just start screaming?
Young, like kids, basically.
Yeah, kids, children, babies, essentially. Okay, so this is interesting. GDC, Game Developers Conference. I think it should be like a serious, mature event for.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I've heard of things at the after parties and stuff that are less mature. Anyways, yes.
But yeah, like you think that would be a place where mature people would flock to try and learn about gaming. Now, we've recently did a video covering the topics of the most recent GDC, which is, I think, how long does it go for?
It's a week.
It's a week, so it's going right now.
Yeah.
Right now. And a group of developers at the conference, they felt they needed to cry. They decided to go and have a good scream at the patriarchy, Nathan.
Oh, really? The patriarchy?
Well, we'll read the exact reasons, and I think that's one of the associations. I mean, this isn't the first time we see people do just
dumb stuff for the sake. Yeah, okay.
But I would half call it performative screaming, that they're just doing it for attention. Yet I think they actually just do this when no one's looking as well, because they're that childish and immature that they want the world to change or be the way that they are demanding, and it's not going their way, and so they will just scream at the world, at the universe, wishing and trying to demand reality change to their whims.
Yes. I mean, it has been a hard year for developers. There's been a lot of layoffs, and obviously, if you look at the industry right now and you're in it, you're probably freaking out a lot because there aren't a lot of jobs going around, and all the jobs are being taken by machines, and there's just a lot of uncertainty with it all.
It seems you're right. That usually wouldn't cause people to go outside and just start crying to the moon.
I mean, different people,
Yes.
different things.
But different people. Why is it always one type of people, though, that are doing this in the modern day?
Because they're the type of people that do it.
Because, these are immature babies that are basically being raised on the everyone's a winner, you're perfect the way you are. They are fragile little snowflakes that can't stand being offended. If you do not acknowledge my identity, I will call you a bigot and so their mentality has been built around this self-centered ideology of everyone must acknowledge how wonderful you are, and it's profoundly bratty behavior, spoilt behavior, and it's no mystery that this type of behavior now, that this screaming at the moon, is coming out of the ultra woke, the left, because it fosters that mindset. Now, before we get into the specifics of what happened, a couple of quick little follow-up notes from our video of the GDC conference. Some more information has come available about what these topics involved. Remember how going through the topics and we were like, what's this one? So you've been cancelled, what's next? And we were a bit confused by that. Do you want to know what that's actually about, Nathan?
I think I saw something online. It was about talking how to not be cancelled again, I guess.
No. This is gold.
Okay.
It's how to apologize in the right way So.
Right, how to say sorry.
So we have just destroyed your life. You've been cancelled and everything, and now you need to come on bended knee and kiss my boot the right way for me to deign, even give you the possibility of another chance. Do you want to know who is running that
Who?
feminist frequency? The old guard of Game Engage 1.
I wonder how many went. That's what I'm curious at. I want to see that room.
Yeah. I want we might need to listen to some of
The talks and the
talks.
yeah, sure. Sure, Shad. I'll do some research for you. We'll find some.
We just want to claw out our eyes while doing it, but you guys want to know. We know you want to know. But seriously, that's it. So be careful. What next is basically how you should apologize, bend the knee, and grovel at their feet the right way for us to even acknowledge that you're worth any time or attention or anything like that. How disgusting. Basically, they're the ones who have... Remember, they're creating the problem and then selling the solution. And so they're the one cancelling you, and now they'll sell the solution of us cancelling you. Like, feminist free. What a vile piece of crap. And that's the quality of talks at GDC at the moment, right? Amazing stuff. So Grums reports on X Twitter, says GDC is going nuts. Why do they always scream like babies? Well, I kind of mentioned why. It's this childish, selfish entitlement mentality, right? They're so entitled they think they just deserve what they want, and if they don't get it, they'll scream because they deserve it so much, Nathan. And this extends to all things. They deserve to get a job they're not properly qualified for or talented to receive. They just deserve it, all right? They just deserve that their crappy games filled to the brim with woke propaganda get bought by the regular gamers. They deserve that, Nathan. They deserve to be acknowledged and to succeed even though they're making crap, okay? And so at the Game Developers Conference, the game industry really needed a good scream.
Well, just 50 people needed a good screen.
50 people. It's not the whole industry. But the thing is, though, these are the type of people that seem to be representing, where they want the game industry to go. Like, these are the type of people that I have a feeling are a lot of the people running the topics of the Game Developers Conference. So today, over 50 game developers met in a park across the street from Moscone Centre, where the annual Game Developers Conference was taking place. They had one objective: to scream as loud as possible. This is just so pathetic.
See, it just gives me the F1 vibes. Someone did this as a joke, and then suddenly everyone gets on board with it, and they're like, "Oh, okay, I guess we're doing it now."
Like, they actually think this looks good for them. That their side is just like, "You go, girl, power to ya."
I mean, the fact they do it across, in a park where normal,
But it is performative, that feels like.
It is, but I feel it's funny because it's not like they were doing it inside the expo hall or anything. Yeah. They're doing it across the park, away from everyone else, where there were strangers who didn't know what was going on, and they just screamed, and they had journalists report it, and then now it's a big deal. I feel like if no one reported this, no one would know.
Probably, right? But they want people to know because there's that performative aspect. And I'm just thinking, they are so entitled, deluded, pathetic to think that makes them look like victims. Look at us. We're so oppressed that we just can't contain it, have to scream, right? No, it makes you guys look insane. So I'm all about keep doing it because the rest of the world is just looking at you going... It also this comes across in their rants as well. Like have you ever seen that? They are either TikTok rants where someone is like patriarchy bad, everything. They start to lose their crap and start to scream off their head and people have made compilations of these nutcases. And look, I think. That one is interesting. Sometimes it feels like they're screaming against something really dumb. But I know I can lose my cool sometimes and raise my voice and give a bit of a rant. So I get that side of things. The event known as GDC Scream took place in an open area there's footage of it, Nathan. We're going to see the actual footage.
Fantastic.
Isn't this great, right? In the middle of Yerba Buena Gardens, where the event organizers assembled the crowd by holding up pieces of paper with "Scream" scribbled on them. That's interesting because people didn't know that was the task to. All right, that's like saying holding. Breathe. Thank you. I'll remember to do that. One of the organizers wore a shirt printed with Munch's The Scream. Another participant wore a shirt printed with an ice cream cone.
This is just...
okay. At exactly noon, a cluster of individuals from all corners of game development let loose a loud scream at Lester for several seconds.
It's just funny.
It is. It's
just so cute. No, the fact that someone went to this, wrote notes and said, all right, I'm going to make the article for the year, this is it. They screamed, someone wore an ice cream t-shirt, and it lasted several seconds. And they got it all out in several seconds.
So moving, life-changing, Nathan. Yeah. This is gonna, I'm now against the patriarchy, and I'm on board with the Scream did it. That was the logical argument. That just made me think, I think they've got a point.
They clearly changed the industry that day.
They did. Okay, so let loose that for a second. As it trailed off, the group broke into relieved laughter and applause before slowly dispersing.
I just found this a waste of time.
Of course it is.
Like you rock up, you scream for a few seconds, and then you go, "Ha!" and everyone just leaves. You got to go back across the, to the convention center and everything else. It's like you could do this. I think you're right with the whole, everyone has to see this, because if people wanted to, they could do this in their rooms, into their pillow, and then they'll be okay.
Yes, exactly.
But it was a collective thing that kind of made it.
This is not adult behavior. No. The Scream was organized by Scott John Siegel and Carol Shaw in response to growing discontent amongst game developers in the face of ongoing industry mass layoffs, as well as coordinated harassment campaigns against marginalized individuals and overall fears of worsening industry conditions. There's a horrible harassment campaign. Like Sweet Baby Inc., they didn't harass an actual gamer. They're the ones being harassed.
But I didn't think it was as big as the last one, so they shouldn't be that bad. Like, it's less than before.
Well, wasn't there an article saying that it's just
There's only a few... It's smaller and sadder than last time.
Smaller and sadder. But it's so big to cause people to just need to go out and scream against how horrible things are. Now, it's funny, if they're worried about losing their jobs... or the industry contracting a bit, you might want to make good games. Give gamers what they want. That could help out.
Or maybe just go inside and find a job,
I spoke with Siegel post-Scream, where they told me the event came together after they posted, half-jokingly on Facebook, about the general powerlessness they felt about it all. Yes! Those people are powerless. They can't do a thing. And all they can do now is just scream at the moon while they get defeated by the glorious gamer uprising, baby. And wanting to get everyone together to scream, Shaw reached out upon seeing the post and seriously offered to help organize it. So, you had a thought?
No, show me the screen. Because once we talk about this, I got something else to share.
Exactly. So, with that, with that build-up preamble, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you ready for the scream? Okay, by now it just sounds like they're cheering.
You know what? I'm impressed. They lasted longer than I thought they would. The article said a few seconds. This is more than I thought.
We're up to 20 seconds now.
Yeah, okay.
But right now it's like they're cheering the collapse of the AAA gaming industry. I'll be there to cheer. Like, if you just heard that part, you'll be thinking that's the crowd cheering.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. Wow. I moved, Nathan. Totally moved. That did it. I'm now a feminist. I'm ready to take on the patriarchy and everything, and just keep. That's what you do. Woke, ideologues. This is the strategy. Absolutely. I encourage you to do more of this. To genuinely do more of it. It's not because it makes me happy or laugh at all. Not that. It's actually a convincing argument it's winning me over to your side.
Those CEOs are going to see this and be so moved by those 50 people and change their minds. But no, it's funny because recently there was the CEO of NVIDIA came out and talked about some things. Obviously some stuff. I'm like, oh, okay. Because, when you're selling GPUs and you want to make money, you obviously say certain things that people disagree with. But one thing he did say that I find interesting that these people might actually learn from was that whenever something at the company is hard or difficult, he celebrates. He likes. He has this really good little key point, I guess, when he talks about how struggling builds character, makes you more refined, and is like a refiner's fire. And I was like, you know what? I respect that. And I think people who go through these struggles need to realize that because you can do hard things in life, when difficulty comes across you, that's time for character building and change and adaptation.
Well, no, that's just bigotry and oppression and too high expectations, and everyone needs to change to accommodate my flaws. And if they don't, I'll scream.
All right.
That's the
scream
mentality.
away and then you won't ever grow or learn. So, I understand how obviously some of them feel having lost their jobs or not being able to get any jobs. Like, there is frustration in the industry, but I think they also need to understand that, this, you're not saving lives. You can get other jobs elsewhere.
Or make your own jobs if they've got talent.
If you've got talent, you can make your own games.
The tools are available.
Yep, they are. And even then, it's like people have gone through much harder struggles in their life than just people lose their jobs every day. So I hope this was cathartic for them, but I don't think it's the best way to deal with the problems you have, especially when you're a GDC, which you've spent thousands upon thousands of dollars to go to,
I know,
and then you go outside to scream across the park. It's that's kind of...
They have a lot of money to afford that. It seems like they might come from a privileged...
They do get grants.
Oh, there's that as well.
Yeah, but anyways, that's my 2 cents from this all. It's okay, fine, do what you want. Some of us will laugh at it, some of us will be very...
Yes. Not me, though. I'm not laughing at all.
No. But for those who did scream, I hope you can at least kind of pick yourself back up and move on with your life.
Do more of it.
And I hope this doesn't become a common occurrence at GDC.
I hope it does. I think that's the
really
strategy.
do not want, because each year it would get bigger and more closer to the convention center, and I don't want that.
I mean, that's one of the most depressing things about it all, is just how infested and overrun GDC and people trying to influence the gaming industry.
Even the fact that
being
someone
overrun by the woke mob
did this on a Facebook group as a joke, and then an organizer said, you know what, that's a great idea. We'll organize that for you.
Yeah. Well, as Mark Kern says, Grums on Twitter, says, this is the devs. He says, only 50 or so. These are likely the types of devs holding all other devs hostage to their agenda. They're the type of devs that will say, you don't want to be accused of being racist, do you?
You don't want to be cancelled.
You don't want to be cancelled, And by the way, if we do cancel you, we'll tell you how you can kiss my boot, And yes, he says, the tyranny of the woke in gaming on display right here.
See, the fact that the article brought in the discrimination and all those other things to it, it's okay, obviously they're bringing more ammunition and trying... Who is this trying to convince the gamers aren't going to see this and go, oh, I hurt someone's feelings?
It's a great strategy. Keep it up.
It's just self-inflicted cringe.
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. This is a wild ride. The fact that GDC happened right at this time of Gamergate 2 is poetic. It's perfect, because it's just proves everything. that I've been saying. Oh, and more stuff is coming out. In actual fact, there is an interesting events happening, and we're going to be making a couple more videos on, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out, because we'll be covering this. Because that's and if you want, support the channel as well. Memberships are available. You can also support us through I think Player is available for Night's Watch if you want to do direct support. Helps out more than we can express. And share the video if you like it. And as I said, we're covering this because it's important, and that's what we do. Stay on watch.